Hey casting crew, this is Luz Gonzalez again, and again excited to be here before you. Now, I created this longer clip to appropriately address everything that you had wanted us to talk about, which is sharing a little bit about our background experiences, sharing more about the role that technology has played in our lives, and sharing information about the people that have guided and inspired us along our journey. Now, when I was 9 years old, my family and I immigrated to the United States, specifically to the Bay Area from Mexico in search of a brighter future. We came and left everything behind. We did not speak the language and we had no money. When we first arrived, we stayed at this tiny apartment and had 20 people living in this apartment. There were gangs all around. It was dangerous. It wasn't pretty. But through hard work and through a robust support network that we were able to build, I was able to get ahead in school, got really good grades, and got a full ride to UC Berkeley. Now, something to understand about my life and who I am and what's guided every decision that I've ever made is that ever since I was really young, little, like elementary school, I've been focused on social impact. And so social impact when I was at UC Berkeley meant that I graduated majoring in international political economy. Then I went back to Berkeley, this time for Berkeley Law School, and there I focused or concentrated on international criminal law and international human rights law. My focus on social impact also took me to the classroom. I was a 5th grade teacher to the best group of kiddos ever through Teach for America. It also took me to the Netherlands a couple of times, where I was a court monitor for the Charles Taylor case, think Blood Diamond, and then again for another international criminal law project. It took me to the courtroom of the Inter-American Court of Human Rights, where I got to be part of the legal team that argued for the judges to sue Guatemala for human rights violations during their civil war. It took me to the ACLU, where I got to work with the Latino community and share with them what their rights are before the police and before immigration officials. It took me to the district attorney's office, where I got to be what I call a baby prosecutor. And so I got to dress up every day like a prosecutor, go to court, argue before a judge, and tell a judge why the person before me should go to jail. And that was a very interesting experience because the person before me looked just like me. Looked like my tios, like my tias, looked like my students. And what I saw before me were not criminals. What I saw before me was lack of access to education, lack of access to healthcare, lack of access to mental care, and poverty. What I didn't see in most of my experiences was innovation and really getting to the root of the problem and being relentless and pushing for fast change and iterating to make sure that the lives of people that we were working with were better. We were doing that, but it wasn't innovative and it wasn't as fast. And I'm a fixer. I like to fix things and get to the root of the problem. So for me, the answer to reach that potential for social impact is technology. So about a year ago, I made a career pivot and have started working at an education technology company where I now lead business development and strategic partnerships. And I'm also working on setting the foundation and doing the hard work necessary for me to get my own startup off the ground. Now, along my journey, I have met so many people who have been extremely supportive and who have provided guidance and inspiration along my journey. But I wanted to focus on just a few that have been just so impactful along the way. Starting off with my parents. My parents have shown me what it means to be an entrepreneur, to have left everything behind, to take huge risks in search of a better future. They have been relentless in their support. They have worked so hard being here in this country. And just them being cheerleaders and believing me every step along the way has been just so important and so huge in my life. Also very important in my life has been the influence of my kids when I was a teacher, and my conversations that I had with my kids and their parents, and just in general my experience being an immigrant Latina who grew up in the United States. And those experiences have been so important in the work that I currently do at my tech company, because through our product, I bring in that perspective of the Latino community, of my experiences working with the ACLU, and I get to then make a better product, a better company that really can serve more people in the way that we want to. Now, also having to mention is my mentor. I have known her for about, I guess, over 11 years, and she has just gone above and beyond in what it means to be supportive. And for that, I am extremely and forever grateful. Now, I have a message for Latinas, and that message is, please join us. We need you in tech. Your background experiences and your perspective, your unique Latina perspective, is so important and so needed in technology. That perspective will help us to build stronger companies, better products that really can serve everyone. We need your perspective, your Latina perspective in the boardroom of tech companies. We need your perspective being a developer. We need your perspective leading whatever team you're part of in that tech company. We need your perspective as a Latina investor, and we need your perspective at the helm of tech companies all around the world. Now, I would love to have the opportunity to share my excitement for tech and my belief that through technology we can really reach that potential for just tremendous social impact. And to be able to share this with other Latinas who are interested in having and pursuing careers in tech. Thank you so much for your time.